Welcome, everyone, to Game Scrubs episode 67. I am one of your hosts, Cal. Joining me, as always, as per usual, Jake. Jake, how you doing?
I'm great. Got a half hour to warm up. I'm feeling myself.
Yeah. Fucking feeling jacked. Yeah.
Feeling yoked, baby. Speaking of yoked, I promised my SO I'd hard boil some eggs after the cast tonight. Nothing like sitting around in the kitchen at 2 a.m. waiting for water to boil.
Just staring at it like, come on, do something.
God. Eating cold White Castle. Sorry, go ahead.
For those of you uninitiated, this is our weekly roundup of the top video gaming news of the week. So starting off, I almost said as per usual, is fucking Blizzard.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's like, are we gonna have a podcast where we don't talk about these wads?
At least for a little while. I mean, shit.
I'd really
I'm so
not.
curious. So sorry. Excuse me, by the way, for burping.
So as goes the earlier one, but it's fine.
Yeah. I've mentioned in our Discord, which, by the way, go check out our Discord if you haven't already.
Seriously, scroll down, just click it. It's right there.
It's right there. No Overwatch content until things seem right. Things seem better. But so far, and quite frankly, I agree with this shareholder saying that the company's response doesn't go nearly far enough. So one of the shareholders released a letter saying the company has proposed remedies for the pervasive allegations of sexual assault and discrimination. Saying basically this is a bunch of bullshit. This is just it's basically just kind of covering up. Bobby Kotick criticized as being tone deaf and didn't adequately address the deep and widespread issue with equity, inclusion, and human capital management at the company. Which, frankly, for a shareholder to come out and say that is pretty fucking damning. Or Activision Blizzard.
You bet your buns. Boy, oh boy. Like, of all the people you don't want talking about it like that, your shareholders.
It's a partial owner.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. This is just exhausting. One thing I wanted to mention real quick, second paragraph here.
Mm-hmm.
The retention of union-busting law firm, Wilmer Hale. That's what really gets me. I'm not a huge Kotaku reader after Jason Schreier left. I don't think anyone is. Did you see their headline where they were talking about this woman that they brought in to like basically try to clean up what they did? She worked formerly, I believe, with to bring it back to this Bush administration. She was like, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. But like her whole job is to basically just clean house and like tear everything down, get out everything they don't want, and keep all the toxic stuff, basically. So that's kind of what's happening. So, like, yeah, the shareholder wasn't too pumped about that.
That's where I just feel like this is not even so much. This isn't so much a PR battle anymore. It's a company. What do I call it? Environment battle.
Mm-hmm.
Where their entire culture has to fucking change.
Yes.
And where's that culture come from? Some of the employees, where like it's like a fucking civil war, is what it is, and management's trying to smooth it all over, make it look like it's totally fine, like oh, move right along, nothing to see here. In the meantime, behind them, there's a fucking huge like wildfire going on. It's just such a load of bullshit at this rate. That it makes me wonder how committed they actually are.
Not at all. I don't believe they are at all. They're such a big corporation. It's like McDonald's claiming that they're for the environment, but they buy all their beef from Brazil as they tear down the rainforest. It's like the same kind of thing. Like, we're going to do more by switching to paper straws. It's like, but what about the millions of trees, millions of acres being burned as we speak so you guys can get cheap beef? What's wrong with the beef right here?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like they'll say something out of one corner of their mouth and then say something else and like out of the other corner.
Mm-hmm. I will say I am glad that it seems like somebody has a vision for this fucking company.
Somebody, please.
As far as like understanding how to correctly run a fucking business and how not to, as far as like allowing for unions, for example, don't do that.
Simple as that. Just don't.
Don't do that. Maybe don't hire, people that seem like they can't get laid, and instead like resort to sharing
incels, baby.
Yeah, don't hire incels.
That's
basically.
A fact.
Is what I'm getting from this entire ordeal. Don't hire. Maybe that should have been the name of the podcast.
Don't hire incels.
Yeah, fire all incels.
Like fire them what, into the sun?
Yeah.
Oh my
Is that a wife pillow I see behind you? Yeah, it's also none of your goddamn business.
That's none of your business. Oh man.
The idea of I'm really glad that this got brought up though, is the letter proposed additional changes to the executive bonus structure, asking Activision Blizzard to not award bonuses in 2021 and to make future bonuses contingent on the company meeting specific diversity and inclusion goals. There you go.
Oh man.
Like, give me fucking yes.
That's a bare minimum, dude. Start slashing salaries. Like, let's fucking do something. No bonuses. That's fine. Like,
they're like, oh darn. I'm not going to be able to afford that Rolls Royce.
Like, okay, so this is going to sound crazy, but I know somebody that got a $40,000 bonus for doing something. And that's nothing compared to what these wads are getting. Like, just to put that into perspective. boy, oh boy. Man, I can't wait to stop talking about Blizzard. That's the first podcast where we don't talk about Blizzard. It's going to be great. I'm going to pop some champagne.
Yeah. The first podcast where we don't talk about Blizzard, I'll be probably streaming. It sucks.
He's going to be streaming so much Overwatch, baby.
I wish I didn't like Overwatch so much. I wish I could like get into anything else.
Hey, they just announced that new Call of Duty game.
Yeah, they did. That, not Vantage. What the fuck's it called? Vintage?
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called. It's V something.
All
V
right.
for Vendetta, over Call of Duty edition.
Before we
Legendary.
I was gonna say before we move on to the next topic, two things like Battlefield and Call of Duty really doing a good job for me personally, trying to make themselves more appealing to someone like myself.
Yeah.
I think so.
Vintage.
Yeah,
Huh.
rehash. I mean, just give me all the maps from MW2 and all the guns from MW2 and the story mode. Just give me an updated Modern Warfare 2. Do it, you cowards. Bring me back in.
Fuck you. Fucking hate you. God damn, that was close.
Thank you. I was very proud of myself. I waited for you to start drinking.
Give me the OG fucking glitches of Modern Warfare 2.
Hey, before
Within-
everything got bad, it was fine. Before, like,
it was fun. It was fun to just noob tube to death everybody.
dude, noob tubes. God, I just loved the hate. I was the worst though.
I literally used to spawn camp people from across the map.
Oh, dude,
using
so
my
easy.
noob tube.
So easy. Well, okay, so I was a little bastard, and I would do Akimbo P90s silenced with Marathon Lightweight Commando Pro, and then my secondary was the spaz. So I would just go in and I'd be like, dum, 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 clear a room with the spaz, go through just. Because the pull up, you just aim at the feet and it pulls up to the, or you like aim at the waist and it pulls up to the head. It was just like,
you were one of those fucking guys.
oh, dude. Well, so we had a full team, so we needed two people that did that style, and then we had a light machine gun, we had an assault rifle guy, we had a sniper, we had it all. But I was the bastard that was running through.
I was either the guy with
I was a total degenerate. It was the worst.
I was either the guy with the shotgun running around like fucking crazy, or I was the sniper.
Dude, the Barrett,
I had no in between. Yes, I mean that's the best. It's almost the best gun in the fucking game.
Yeah, there's no other gun. There's no other sniper rifle.
I mean, you could try and play it off like you use the Dragunov, but
don't even lie.
That thing takes 3 hits to kill.
Yep.
When you could use a Barrett 50 cal and get 1 hit kill, even in the chest.
Yes.
Chest up.
Gotta set your sensitivity as high as you can so you can 360 no scope. But actually, though, like,
I don't appreciate that joke, mostly because of the timing.
Dude, here's the thing, though. Drop shotting in MW2 was so good.
That's amazing.
So good. That's true. You know, Macha's right. It's good to keep talking about them. It's just a little exhausting because it's like, it's so sad. It's like watching sad stuff on the news all the time. But it's important to see. It's important to have this discourse.
I feel like it.
And be brought to light.
Yeah. Exactly.
Along those lines, though, actually, of course, we're talking about Riot. Because if you can believe it, Riot is disgusting.
Yeah. So since we're going to be talking about them a lot, DFEH stands for Department of Fair Employment and Housing. So the California DFEH issued a statement saying that Riot Games has failed to inform its employees of their right to speak to the government about instances of harassment and discrimination, which, in the light of the DFEH suing Activision Blizzard for its discrimination and harassment, stated that it has asked the courts, quote, to compel Riot Game Inc.'s compliance with the court's June 4th, 2021 order requiring the company to send a notice to its workers about their rights to speak with DFEH, end quote. So basically, they did that, and then Riot did nothing.
Yep.
Which, like, what else are they doing in the meantime?
Nothing.
They're fucking around with their game? Like,
Hang
they're
on.
not doing anything with their game.
Let me get the magic conch. Pull the string. Nothing.
Will Riot Games ever do anything?
Fuck around and
No.
find out. No, but that's the thing. In 2019, okay, so in 2018, an extensive investigation. It's so nice of them to say Kotaku. They can just say Jason Schreier. He's the only person that didn't like.
That did anything.
Yeah, he did.
No,
he's
there's also Totillo is good too.
But. Oh yeah, but I mean, like, especially at the time at Kotaku, Jason Schreier does extensive, legitimate investigative journalism. He is not liked by many people, but he's not liked by the right people to not be liked. You know, he's pissing off the right people.
It's like good.
Journalistic rules to live by. Afflict the comfortable, comfort the afflicted. Jason Schreier in a nutshell. Like, but what happened in 2018 was he exposed all of this horrible, disgusting stuff that was happening at Riot. Former employee filed a class action lawsuit. The next year, Riot ended up settled that lawsuit, paying out $10 million current and former female employees from 2014 to 2019, 5 years, half a decade. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and if you can believe it, a special task force found no evidence of wrongdoing by Nicolo Laurent. I'm absolutely shocked.
We need to stop just like accepting. Okay, they're doing an internal investigation. No,
dumbest thing
never.
Ever.
Stop wasting our time. Stop wasting your time, because frankly, a third party is always needed in these sorts of situations.
Exactly.
With an objective, like, always bring the government in. Always.
Here's the thing. Even just on a basic level, in the court system, do we have a jury of people who worked at the company, or do we have a jury of people outside the company? It's simple as that. Like, even just bare bones. Like, all right, you're in court. Oh, do these people have bias? Oh, we can't have them there. We have to have unbiased folk. We have to have unbiased people to come in here. It's literally as simple as that. Oh boy, seeing in the chat that the voice actor for Mercy in Overwatch was murdered. I will find Cal, go ahead and talk about this more. I'll find an article of it.
Apparently, the voice actor of Mercy in Overwatch has been murdered.
Do you want to talk about Riot while I find this article?
Yeah, we can keep. I'll keep talking about Riot. So basically, the DFEH's request was granted by the courts, and as such, Riot Games has been ordered to issue a corrective notice. And Riot still hasn't done it 2 months later, which just begs the question: why hire incels? Why allow incels to run the company? Why allow incels to run anything, to be honest?
Straight up.
They're socially deficient punk losers who don't know how to fucking run a company correctly, and instead choose to live out the frat boy dreams that they never got to experience IRL. So they wind up sexually assaulting their coworkers, and frankly making completely toxic environments for everybody to work in, not just their female compatriots.
Exactly, because then they're just like breeding and creating this work environment where other people think that this is okay. Oh boy, I found it. It's this is an NME article, and This is for the Brazilian voiceover artist for Overwatch. But not only did Cristiane Luis voice Mercy, she was also the Marge in the Brazilian dub of Simpsons and Cortana as well. If you can believe it. Pretty successful voice actress, just taken way before her time. Murdered in her home, slashing her leg and neck. She's 49. Wow. This is
It's hard to hear.
incredibly hard to hear and read. This is insane. Claimed he acted in self-defense. Okay. Spent 2 days. 2 days in the house with the body before hiding her. Yeah, okay.
Total self-defense.
Classic. Sweet. Love to see it. Oh boy.
Well.
Oh, she was also Cortana. So, okay, so she was. She was both. Wow. That's insane.
You know what? We need to put in it. Maybe the pandemic was meant for
Why?
a certain other person.
Yeah.
Jake.
You know?
Incels. Should we let them live? Let's breach this topic.
Well, okay, so on like a much lighter note on the on incels, we're in a group chat, right? And someone posted about NPR talking about an incel, and he was just like, they said it. They just kept saying the term incel. It was amazing. And in his defense, it truly was hilarious to see NPR talk about incels. But like, it's just wild to think about. It's finally crossing over. Like, it's something we've known about for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's finally getting mainstream attention. In, like, of course, the worst possible way.
You know, I just hope, I hope they're no longer incels for much longer. But I feel like that's after a certain point. Like, if you are subscribed to any sort of the brain cell,
the single shared brain cell of the incels.
BRAINCEL, the brain cell.
Yeah.
If you're subscribed to that, the incel subreddit, any of the I can't get pussy subreddits, you've already gone down a path that I cannot follow. Because frankly, it's just an entirely different breed of human altogether. It's like the way of thinking of people have to act like this. They have to do this. All these they have a whole fucking checklist of just expectations and desires that are so unreasonable and so
unrealistic,
fabricated, unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
If you really you know what, if your standards are that high, there's never gonna be someone for you. Okay, there's just never gonna be someone for you.
Two things real quick before we move on. I'm just happy that we've stopped using the term nice guy, started using the term incel, because they're the same thing. They're straight up the same thing. Nice guy was too nice. The fact that the word nice was in there was too nice to these fellows.
Yeah.
Incel's a much better term.
Yeah. Fedora wearing, trench coat wearing.
Yep, exactly. Did you work, second thing, did you work with that gentleman that was saving himself because he didn't think that there was a woman worthy of his seed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember this very clearly. Okay. And that dude
was such an incel.
was about to say that dude was a fucking loser.
Fellows is too generous for
It's
insults.
fucking hilarious too, because like it's not like he could have done poorly for himself if he just calmed down, you know?
Yep.
But so many of these fucking people get hung up on the dumbest of things, and it's just absolutely mind-boggling to me. Like
Yep.
some of the most petty bullshit that some of these fucking people just get so hung up on. And granted, I'm not them. It's not important to me.
Nope.
But so, like, I'm not, I guess I really shouldn't judge, but at the same time, it's like,
It's hard not to.
really?
And
Really?
it's just the dumbest things.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what's I was gonna say, you know what's not dumb though, Cal?
Ah,
US Congress members wanting loot boxes kept away from children. I feel
okay,
like
this is
perfectly reasonable.
absolutely.
How many times have we read stupid stories that are like, oh man, kid spent $40,000 on FIFA cards or like 2K whatever. Like they had to get their favorite basketball player in 2K, so they spent thousands of dollars. Because it's so easy, it's a click of a button.
Yes.
That's the
And
problem.
that's where I want to jump in real quick with a very fast story to illustrate where I'm coming from when I talk about this. Okay. So when I was in Seattle, I worked for Nintendo, as longtime viewers know. And while I was working there, one of the people I worked with, or at least one of the consumers we had, was this Russian lady who she had immigrated to the U.S., marrying someone, and her son had the credit card on file for the Wii U. It was at the time.
Amazing.
So this kid bought $800 worth of shit, just random shit. I could see the list. It was all random, like just like video games, DLC, but a lot of it was microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it was microtransactions, actions.
Mm-hmm.
And this, $800. And I had to tell this woman, look, I am very sorry. You're going to have to talk with your bank, though, because if the transaction's made, I cannot reverse it.
Yeah. That's not on me. Yeah. Oh.
Which was hard as hell to get to.
Yeah.
Number one. And number two, to say it out loud to her. I was like, oh my God, I feel it. I can tell she's like almost in tears because of this.
Yeah, that's $800.
I hear it in her throat. And
yeah,
I'm
you can hear the catch.
My God, I'm sorry, but I really, this is what I'm being told to recommend to you. So hopefully this gets resolved in your bank.
Mm-hmm.
But frankly, incidents like that have piled up enough where the U.S. Congress is taking notice, and I'm not surprised that Democrats are the ones leading the charge on this.
You know what? You said it, not me.
Because let's face it, the other end of the aisle seems kind of
hey,
brain dead.
No. Here's the thing, man. You just don't step on freedoms, okay? All right. You just don't step on freedoms, all right? This is what we stand for.
All right, listen. Personal freedoms are worth more than the health of society as a whole. Okay?
Personal freedoms are worth more than democracy itself. All right.
Frankly, personal freedoms are worth more than everything the world has to offer, including other freedoms.
All right, here's the thing. Mach just created the phrase for the first ever Hogtied production shirt, no step on snake. We can do it with like the snake from the game Snake. No step on snake.
We could use the runner from Quap as well.
Exactly. Here's the thing, though. I just want to hop in real quick. That's the only $800 that Wii U ever made on microtransactions. Second of all.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. I'm happy that they're doing this. This took way too long. In the byline, they're like citing the UK's new privacy codes because the UK has been working on busting down on this for so long. It's taking us so long to catch up because this is very much a problem. This isn't okay. It needs to stop.
I feel like this actually is the problems of, I don't want to make this a political podcast.
He's coming back to it, baby. He's coming back to it. He's swinging back around. He's coming back around with the car to make another swipe at him. Just fucking do it, man. Say it.
This is part of the problem with modern democracy.
1 hour, 6 minutes. Hey, we've been talking about video games, damn it. We're just tying it in.
Part of the problem with modern democracy is the bureaucracy involved in getting any actual fucking laws passed.
You bet your buns.
In a timely manner to accommodate for the different ways that these fucking criminals basically skirt around the edges of the law.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's the impressive part is they just know the law so well, they know how to fucking get around it.
They know how to spot the gray area and say, well, why don't you decide? In the meantime, we're going to do it. And there's plenty of people on one side that will say, it's their freedom to do it, so let them do it. And there's plenty of people on the other hand that say, no, this kind of seems like it should be fucking illegal.
We call those people on the first side bootlickers.
Oh, fucking pussies.
I won't get into it now, Callan. I'll talk to you about it after the podcast. But it goes along the lines with bootlicking and Vietnam refugees and Afghanistan refugees.
God, I'm trying so hard not to go down the rabbit hole right now.
My freedoms, though. But yeah, it's nice to see that they are actually looking into this.
Yes. And I mean that's really about all there really is to it. There's Democrats are citing the AADC for something never refers to, saying, quote, that it is, quote, a set of 15 flexible standards. They do not ban or specifically prescribe that provides built-in protection to allow children to explore, learn, and play online by ensuring that the best interests of the child, end quote.
That's it.
What?
That's the thing. Like, games like Roblox and Minecraft do not need to have predatory microtransactions to go after kids just playing on a freaking iPad or something like that, you know? Like, so I hate to be a boomer, right? Like, I sound like a boomer. Where it's like, I get that parents are trying to do their grocery shopping, so they give their kid a tablet to play Minecraft or Roblox. Like, I'm much more biased to Minecraft because I've played it extensively, and I think there is a lot of value to kids playing Minecraft. There's a lot of creativity that can go into it. There's so much that can happen, but they don't need to be exposed to microtransactions at such a young age without the literally cognitive ability to make the right decision. They're just like, oh, I like this, I want it, I tap it, I get it.
It would be like
That's bad.
giving me a credit card and wandering around Target while I look at the Pokemon card section.
I was going to say, throw us back to 1999, drop us in Toys R Us, me and Cal, and just be like, oh, here's this piece of plastic. You can swipe it and get all of any of these games. Any of them, all of them.
Anything you want, we can make a reality.
Everything
It's just a matter of conceptualizing it.
Everything the sun touches is yours.
What
Catch
about
me
that
out there.
dark shadowy place?
Oh, that's the Sega section. We don't go there.
Fuck you.
In
The
99,
Sega section was great.
in 99, was it good in 99 though?
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2, that was all it had in 1999.
No, there was more. I know there was more.
Was it the
I just
better
can't
version of
think
Crazy
it.
Taxi?
Yes.
All right, here's the thing. Crazy Taxi is fine, but Simpsons Road Rage is better. 'Cause it's just the same thing, but in Simpsons areas. Like, it's just perfect.
Crazy Road Rage.
Simpsons
What am I?
You're thinking Hit and Run.
I was thinking Hit and Run. Okay.
Which is also fucking amazing.
I was just about to say Hit and Run is fucking amazing.
Like one of the greatest games ever made.
Yes.
You get
Although I will say some of the I did not like some of the kicking.
The kicking was dumb, but also really fun.
I
Why am I kicking Marge down Evergreen Terrace? This is messed up.
Why am I kicking robot bees in midair? Why am I? I will say, well, I won't say it, I guess. But
ooh, real quick, in circles in the chat, wouldn't it be fairly simple to implement a microtransaction lockout function as part of the parental controls? That's basically what the people behind this are pushing for. Like,
yeah.
That's what they're asking for. 15 flexible standards that do not ban or specifically prescribe. I feel like that dialogue right there is very important.
Yeah.
That's it.
Very much. It's basically saying we want people to be able to still do what they do now.
Yes.
However, if a parent wants to put up that age gating block,
they can.
They should be allowed to.
Yeah.
And I think that's completely fair. I think that's totally fair. And the fact that I know that plenty of people on the other side are going to say
freedom.
They're going to poo-poo on it because it wasn't their idea, because they're a bunch of fucking cavemen dipshits who want to rule the world with an iron fist, pretending like they got big dicks when really their dicks are micro peens. You know, that's just the way it is.
Well, Cal, you're not measuring the yaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Those people can do all they want, but here's the thing. Intel has revealed its own GPU line to compete with NVIDIA and AMD. I got a good question.
Intel Arc.
What do you think of this?
I am not 100% sure. So there's a lot to process with this. Number one for me is how the supplies are going to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're already in an age where processing chips are scarce.
A little bit, yeah.
Driving up the price of electronics. Basically, all sorts of trade to and from China right now is fucked, and I've heard about it on NPR.
Yep.
So that part worries me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do know, or at least I've heard, that if there's two companies that are basically at the complete forefront of using software to their fullest,
Yep.
it's Intel and IBM. Which you wouldn't think IBM, but as far as automation goes, and like just streamlining the fuck out of a business.
IBM, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about obviously AMD and NVIDIA as well. But Intel, I felt like was kind of only a matter of time, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
However, I think this is a bold move, but it's a move that was inevitable.
It was going to happen. I just think I'm with Mach here. Bold move, weird timing. Not a great time. Not a great time to make this move. But it makes
precisely.
It makes sense. Just doesn't feel right at the moment. Doesn't feel like this was the best time to go about it.
Right. But if you're ready, you're ready. You know, it doesn't help, or it doesn't hurt to create a little hype, even if, you know, I mean, shit, just because you're announcing it doesn't mean it has to come out the next day.
100%.
So I don't see any reason not to hype it up at first and kind of get a general public reaction. And I mean, there's things that are shit canned all the time that get announced. I'm not saying this will, obviously, because this is a big, bold step.
Dude, the Streamlab hasn't even come out yet. Lay off of it.
Yeah.
We didn't sell how much we wanted in the first quarter. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obligatory fuck Bitcoin backs. That's a mood. Much. Yeah, market forces at work, big profit margin, attracting the competition. And they have the resources and everything. I get it. It makes sense to me. Just not a good time.
Yeah. I think you and I are in agreement, though, that more competition is always better.
Of course.
It's
for
just
us.
a little weird. Yeah, for the consumer, it's always better. However, like we've already talked about, it's just kind of weird timing. So.
Yeah. Speaking of good competition for the consumer, Dr. Disrespect is starting a game studio focused on working with mega influencers. Cal, what the hell is a mega influencer? And why would I want to play a game that they concept? That they like? This. I read this article so many times and tried to wrap my brain around what they think is going to happen, what the idea is, and I can't figure it out. What do you think of all of this?
I think this is frankly, my gut reaction is this is some dude who can't stay relevant enough using just YouTube streaming since he got banned from Twitch.
Yep.
So he's throwing all of his dollars into one basket to open a game studio and work with influencers to make it work instead of actually working with developers to make it work.
Yeah. This is the most short-sighted, dumb idea I've ever heard.
The only thing that I can see making this work, the only way I can see this working, is if this video game that they like, especially if they're gonna really do it, fine. You know, who cares? It's another developer. That's always better for us. But
more games.
My thing is, this has to be a revolutionary game. And what I mean by that is, especially if he's putting a focus on mega influencers, right? So what does that mean? That means your XQCs, your fucking ninjas,
Shroud.
your Shroud, you know, big guys, big names, right?
Yeah.
For me, that means something that interacts a video game
Mm-hmm.
that interacts differently based off of either chat input, a la the Pokemon Twitch plays Pokemon sort of thing, but
Yeah.
without modding necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
or basically something that takes in the streaming aspect and transforms that experience both for the audience and for the streamer
Mm-hmm.
in an interactive way that becomes the game.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is more valid of a reason to focus on the influencers aspect
Yes.
versus the developers aspect. That's the only thing I can see being worthwhile for, like, obviously there's going to be developers on this game, but I think that putting your main focus on working just with the influencers, I think that's shit.
That's
I think
a bad
sounds
idea.
like it's going to be a bad game pumped out by. It's like fucking Raycons. Okay, I'm not saying Raycons are bad. I'm saying Raycons are promoted by every single fucking person I see on YouTube and Twitch, and I've had enough to where I'm never gonna buy them. I'm never gonna buy a Raycon. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. I just, like after a certain point, I don't know if this happens to you, but if I see something advertised in like a read during a podcast or, in a video that I like that I'm watching,
Mm-hmm.
I get to a certain point where I'm like, enough is enough. This fucking sucks. And it's taking up so much of my time already. I'm never going to buy this product. That's Raycons for me. Okay.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it's probably like G Fuel or I don't even know what.
Honey.com. I don't know. There's so many. There's so many.
Yeah. I will say briefly, even though I'm not getting paid for it. Well, if I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not going to say it. Fuck it.
Yeah, don't even say it. Here's the thing. Speaking of getting paid, this just screams Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Did you ever play that game?
Oh my god.
No.
So is A Legend Reborn the sequel to Shaq Fu?
The 2018 version, yes.
Okay. No. I never played that one.
I knew Wheels would appreciate this. Wheels mentioning that it's like Soulja Boy 2.0. We talked about this. Yes, Wheels, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Is like it's just his endorsements put into a game, basically. Like that's exactly what I expect this to be. Is Dr. Disrespect just milking everything for every little penny he can get with the lowest effort possible, because that's what his streams were. Like the dude had a character. He was good at keeping an audience with his character. But then what? Then you find out he's kind of gross. Try and move to another platform. It doesn't work. What do? You milk your character for more. And what do? Oh, you can milk other mega influencers, quote unquote mega influencers. I'm just like, dude, come on. Just do something. Do something original. This isn't going to be original at all. This is just gonna be shovelware. I'm saying it now. Like, if it's mostly influencers, it should be developer first, then influencer. If it's influencer first, then developer, we're gonna get some real shovelware coming out here, with just like bases on nothing.
One of the things that convinces me to buy products the most is, frankly, when I guess you'll call him an influencer that I actually pay attention to.
Yeah, a relevant influencer.
Yeah, when they say, I don't take sponsorship deals lightly. I like to make
Yes.
sure that what I put out there with my name attached to it is something I believe in,
Yep.
and I believe in this product.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, granted, it's not like I remember the last time I heard that and
From
thought,
anybody,
okay,
right?
I'm gonna buy this product now. But
Yeah.
at least then it's like a slightly different frame of mind
Yeah.
that I can appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, I hate to do this, but could we take a 1 minute break?
Wow. Okay. Hit me. What do you have to take a break for?
What do you think?
Oh man, this old man and his bladder. All right. You do your thing. I'll hold down the fort. I'm not editing this out in the podcast when I put it on YouTube.
God damn it.
Should I take notes, everyone? Should I take in an edit note? I guess I can. All right, I have my notepad out. I'm ready. 125. All right. So how have you all been tonight? Staying hydrated? You being good to each other? I wrote puss. Walmart was rough. He's got to jerk it. Rip. Really good ergonomics, and it actually helped him with some issues he's having. That's awesome with like the whole crip and the mouse thing, and that makes perfect sense. Like, that's a great. Oh man, see, like I just want more sponsorships like that where it actually makes sense. Woo. Wheels is like, I'm gonna fight people because I'm alone. He's like, I'm gonna be the last man standing. See, Mach, that's how you know it's a good. That's how you know it's good. Is like when they advocate for it without a sponsorship. Like it's very similar to me in like if I were to be like, oh man, I love blank. I'll just throw it out there. Let's say, trying to think of. I don't want to out anybody. And the company knows and sponsor him as a thanks. That's great. That's like what I want from Jack's Pizzas. Or like Totino's, like, we love your products, please pay attention. Or honestly, Taco Bell. Like, I legitimately love eating Taco Bell and eat too much of it. So if they would like take notice and be like, you know what? We got something here. That'd be nice. I want to become Tim Allen. Fuck Tim Allen. Wheels. I mean, that's a good way to do it. You know, Tim Allen avoided a lot of jail time by ratting out a lot of other coke dealers when he got in trouble for selling coke. Fun fact. Cal, speaking of selling coke, though, we're getting into the good stuff now.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. I giddily yelped with joy when I found out that GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City remasters are coming out this year. This freaking year. Please. Put them onto everything. I'll play it on whatever.
Here's, it's interesting to see this because frankly, I actually hope that it's just a reskin and not to the same effect of like GTA 5, right?
Oh,
Or-
they're not gonna polish it up that much, dude. I doubt they'll even reskin it. I feel like this is just gonna be a little simple port. If it's coming to the Switch and the PS4, come on.
I'd be happy to have, like just a port even, but I have seen the updated models and it looks decent now. What I want though is for the snappy, responsive controls.
Yes. It's simple as that.
Yeah, of like GTA 3, and especially so between GTA 3 and Vice City, those had very snappy controls. You get on a bike, you're on the bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to turn around, you're around.
You're around.
You're
You've
done.
turned.
You don't have to your character doesn't have to stop and like do a skid animation, then turn around and then start running again. It's
Yes.
not like that. It's forward and back.
Yep.
I really kind of hate how over animated some of the new Rockstar games are.
I mean,
However,
it's nice. I get it.
Once you get used to it, it's fine. But I definitely prefer the snappiness of those earlier games, especially GTA 3 and Vice City. San Andreas, I'll call a gray area. I felt like it was still snappy, but at the same time had plenty of animation as it was.
That's true. I personally feel like Vice City was peak GTA. Like, where do you even go from there? Personally, that's how I feel. I know I'm of a different generation.
No, I completely agree. Although I will say GTA 4 is so fucking underrated. It hurts.
It's criminal. It's criminal how underrated. And you know why? You know why it gets shit on so much? It's the driving. It's the cars. That's it.
I was just about to say it's only because of the cars.
Yep.
The story is probably the best in the entire fucking franchise.
Easily.
So that's my take on GTA.
Oh man, you had me on the edge of my seat there. My heart was pounding. I'm like, for the love of God, please tell me that you think that GTA 4 is amazing. Because it is. It's so good.
You know what? I appreciated GTA 5 for its satirical look at modern life.
Yeah.
However, I felt like it was not quite taking a serious enough stance on like certain things.
It was fine.
So that's that. I mean, it was fine.
It was fine.
I was just kind of like not really connecting with it on the same level as I was with GTA 4.
Exactly.
As far as a main storyline goes.
I mean, before it came out on 3 or 4 consoles after that, it like cleaned up the driving from GTA 4. That's about all they did for GTA 5. Like, they cleaned it up and made an okay story. That's all they did. In my opinion.
So yeah.
But yeah, I'm so excited for this to come out. I might buy it on PS4 and Switch, depending on how much I really am excited about it. I don't know. These 3 games mean a lot to me. They hit at a time when I shouldn't have been playing them, and I absolutely loved playing them. And they were revolutionary. Like, did you play GTA 2?
No.
No, it's wildly different than 3. 3
was same with the first.
Yeah, exactly.
First was a top-down shooter.
Top-down freaking car game, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm very, very excited for this. I'm amazed this hadn't happened before, honestly. But I'm really happy that it's happening now. You got anything else to really say about the beautiful trilogy coming out?
No. Just yeah, it's funny that I got out what I needed about the animation of modern GTAs.
That's such a good point, though.
It's something that truly affects. If you're not paying attention to it, you don't notice it. But once you notice it, it's impossible to get it out of your head when you're playing modern GTA games.
I have one thing I want to mention before we move on to the next article, and that is, do you hope that there's still going to be cheats?
Of course.
They better be there. If they're not there, I will riot, and I will be livid. Oh, man. That being said, how do you feel about the Xbox Series X getting a 4K, count it. You heard it here first, folks. 4K dashboard.
Fine. I don't know why it wasn't there in the beginning, but it's fine now,
A little
I guess.
surprising that it wasn't, but that's okay.
I mean, it's not like I'm really keeping track of what is and isn't 4K. I'm not about to go and fucking count the individual pixels.
Well, that
But,
makes
like,
one of us.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
apparently.
Like, I really don't care. I just put this in because I felt like it was important, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's actual news.
Yeah.
Um, there was other stuff about Xbox that is just news about news, so we're not covering that because this is the top news of the week.
Yeah.
And this week, Series X getting a new 4K dashboard. Oh,
Hell yeah, it is.
everybody, round of applause.
For their 4K system, they now have a 4K dashboard.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I can say whether or not Nintendo or Sony have one, but
Oh yeah.
does it? Here's the thing: is like, are people going to actually notice
No.
on the dashboard?
Yeah, I really doubt it.
The thing that people notice on dashboards is the responsiveness,
Yes. The responsiveness and the
not
design.
the resolution
Yeah.
necessarily.
They give a shit about how it's laid out and how it responds.
That's it. And I'll say this: I think it was the PS3 started a very iconic menu system.
Yes, sir.
It may have even been the PS2. I'm not 100% sure on that. But PlayStation menu is iconic and it works beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox has gone through some changes.
We're working. On it.
Personally, I did not mind the blades.
I like the blades.
I thought it was so unique.
Yeah.
Especially for the 360. I was like, it's not going to get better than this. This is perfect. It's like flipping through a book.
Exactly. Exactly.
However, because Xbox is owned by Microsoft,
No books.
I understand the concept of having windows, actual window pane-esque windows,
Yes.
which wind up being basically just square boxes.
There's squares.
It's fine. It works. I like it. And I haven't seen the dashboard on the Series X yet because, frankly, I don't own a Series X. However,
Because you own a PC.
yeah, PC is fine. I don't need to look at it. That's about the long and short of it for me personally.
Same.
Now, at the same time, though, if you own a Xbox Series X and it's your only console and you're a hardcore, diehard fan of Xbox,
Yeah.
this is great.
Pretty cool.
You're finally getting your 4K dashboard along with your 4K games, hopefully on your 4K TV.
God, I hope so.
You better have a 4K TV.
Like, what's the point if you don't? Like, straight up.
I mean, getting the console would be about as much as getting the TV in the first place, so why not get the TV first?
Honestly, easier to get the TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for Xbox players to get this. That's dope. Cal, I do have a question though. Did you watch the Nintendo Indie World?
No, I didn't. I missed it. I missed plenty of great shit though.
Oh my gosh, right?
Holy shit. Like reading this article after the fact, I was like, how did I let this slip by? How did I let this slip through my fingers?
They're like, oh my gosh. Is this the best thing Nintendo's really done since, like, with the Switch? They're just like, we're gonna double down on the indies. Like, let's really get indie developers developing for us.
I'm gonna throw it out there. This is one of my favorite announcements it probably since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
like for real. And all it takes is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
You know it, dude. How good did that game look?
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
This game looks fucking insane.
Pretty good.
Gives me vibes of Jet Set,
Yep.
which is perfect. It's just it looks identical.
Looks damn good.
Perfect, man. And I could not be more happy or excited for something like this to be dropping so soon.
Yeah, so soon.
And I say that it's coming out in 2022. I'm still super high. Like that for me. That's soon.
I
Like,
bet.
my hype is so much that is soon. I'm so excited for it.
Well, here's the thing. There are 12 months in the year. We're on the 8th month of that year, so like it's coming up, and there's a really good chance it could be first quarter. So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be first quarter.
And that's the thing. It's like, oh my god. Sorry, go ahead.
Unless it gets pushed back, which then I can see it being January.
Oh darn.
April or May of next year. But even then, that just means there's gonna be that extra bit of polish for a modern Jet Set.
Yeah.
Which I will say, I tried playing Jet Set Radio recently as a Throwback Thursday sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Throwback Thursday or what, but I definitely remember playing Jet Set Radio recently-ish, beginning of the summer, and
tough.
It was basically the nostalgia rush that I remembered.
Yeah.
But then I remembered how much I disliked how it felt controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Oh, no, 100%. 100%. It was limited by the hardware of its time.
Yes. And because of that, like nowadays, I think that we've kind of been a little bit spoiled by adaptive controllers.
Yes.
If this makes sense, if not, call me out, tell me I'm wrong. But adaptive controllers and their sticks, sticks,
the analog sticks now.
You push forward lightly to walk.
Yep.
You slam it over to run.
Yep.
That sort of thinking, that mindset.
Yep.
Doesn't quite translate to Jet Set Radio.
No.
And I'm hoping it does with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
I'm hoping because it is designed for with Switch in mind. It'll be a lot
modern
better.
consoles in mind, no less. Exactly. Because this is a timed exclusive.
Exactly. That's the key. And that's where I think timed exclusives are dumb, except with indies. I think it's super smart with indies. Like fucking that Tomb Raider game that was a timed exclusive for the Xbox. Everyone just waited. Like the sales on Xbox were fine. But as soon as it hit PlayStation, it was like it took off. Because then they also had all the DLC. It was just like immediate ignition. People were ready for it. But I think that Bomb Rush is going to be pretty dang good.
I completely agree.
Well, what did you think of Toem?
So Toem looked fine. It's also available on Steam.
It's going to be a release the same day.
Yeah,
it's cute.
It's definitely cute. But I don't really have anything more beyond that to say.
Mm-hmm.
I like the atmosphere. I like the aesthetic that they're giving off.
Oh yeah.
It gives me like Katamari X
Yes.
Limbo
Yep.
vibes.
That literally exactly what I was thinking. No, I'm probably gonna play it, but I'm not like biting at the bit to play it like other games.
Right. Yeah. And I'm exactly the same way. I wouldn't mind playing it.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not like I'm gonna pay any price for it. I'm gonna wait for it to be $5, frankly, because I have enough of a backlog as it is
Yeah.
to where I feel like I have to be exceptionally picky with the pricing of certain games,
Understandable.
especially if I know that like I'm never gonna have the time to play this.
Mm-hmm.
So, whereas before I used to, hell, I think one of the first years we ever knew each other, I threw down about $300 on a Steam sale.
I remember that actually. I remember talking to you about that.
And at the time, I was like, "Yeah, super great deals! Oh my god!" I still haven't played all those games. I know I haven't because there were so many games I bought.
Yeah, just the sheer amount.
It was just garbage. It was just garbage to me. But I didn't know it at the time. At the time, I was like, "Oh yeah, when I go home, I'll play the games." And I didn't think of games like the Overwatches of the world or like the Hearthstones of the world.
Yep.
That I'll just
play forever.
Yeah. Just like get home and watch something comfortable that I'm good with to take me away to a place where I can fuck around with people online.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like a deep, satisfying, instead of like basically the book treatment versus the I'm having a chat with some friends and fucking around in the meantime. Sort of a game.
Speaking of like actually playing games, Loop Hero, did that do anything to you? Anything for you? It's already on PC, so for me it didn't do much.
Yeah, not 100%. No, it was pretty. Like I saw it, and then I was done seeing it.
Yeah. The only things that really stood out for me, and I apologize to Slime Rancher and Curious Expedition 2. I think that Slime Rancher is going to be great on Switch.
Agreed.
The only things that really stood out to me were the Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, which looks really interesting. And, boy, let me tell you, Metal Slug Tactics looked right up my alley. That's my jam.
That was, for me, that was like, God, yeah.
Yeah, right? As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm in. You know what? I'm in.
Seeing the cutscene, seeing the what the fuck is that? Not asymmetric. Oh my god, what the fuck is the name of that? Isometric. Isometric gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
It looks very, very good.
For me, this is like what I would have wanted Advance Wars to be.
Thank you.
Instead of what we're fucking getting.
I mean, what we're getting looks fine, but this looks good. This looks great.
What we're getting is all right.
It's okay.
This actually looks good. This actually looks good.
Like
Metal Slug looks like a game worth playing.
Metal Slug's been like I don't know. For me personally, I think Metal Slug's been consistently better. For me personally, more what I'm looking for. I don't know.
No. I completely agree with you. I am surprised, honestly, that Metal Slug Tactics is going to be a better Advance Wars
than Advance Wars.
as soon as Advance Wars remakes essentially get the green light to go ahead and be released, which is sad because fuck's sake, Advance Wars just needs some like hot ass like pixel artists to come in and do the pixel art instead of the fucking 3D modeling that they get. I feel like 90% of the charm is the pixel art associated with Advance Wars.
Yes.
Okay. Get rid of these 3D model like it straight up looks like it's out of a fucking mobile game at this point.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's
so
funny.
I just want the best. I just want what's best for Advance Wars, and frankly, I think that the pixel gameplay is where it's at for Advance Wars.
I was gonna say before we moved on to the next topic, I feel like this is something that I'm gonna bring up as well when I possibly watch the Nintendo Direct on Wednesday, because I know there's been a lot of people really would prefer if, because they didn't fully commit to like a whole new HD remake of Diamond and Pearl, they're doing more of like a chibi kind of thing. It does look more polished and it does look very good. People are like, why don't you just cel shade it a little? Like, just doing that would give it so much more depth. And I'm like, really would. Just that, simple as that. I say simple as that like it's super easy, but like compared to doing the rest of the game, it's much.
I actually wouldn't mind if they did like some sort of Octopath Traveler sort of effect on it.
Oh, so good.
Imagine like just wild ass CG attacks, but against this 2D sprites.
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's such a good idea.
Not to mention with like realistic lighting as well.
Yes, of course. Speaking realistically, though, holy cow! What do you think of Sony acquiring Crunchyroll? Because what does Sony already own?
Spider-Man.
Funimation.
Oh, that's true.
So,
they're trying to buy up weebs.
So they basically own the entire anime market in the US. That's the thing. That's the wild part. So my biggest gripe with this is that there's no competition. Hopefully, are we going to get better content? I don't know, because here's the thing. Funimation has just better consistency with streams, like higher video quality at better rates, but Crunchyroll has like just a much better selection. So I'm hoping that just together it'll be higher rates with better selection, but I don't know that because there's no competition, there's nothing that really pushes that. So who knows?
I was just about to say, yeah. Without that competition nipping at their heels, it's questionable as to whether or not this is going to be, that would be a motivating factor for Sony to actually make something out of this acquisition versus just saying, okay, now we have them.
Yep.
Something that stuck out to me as far as Sony acquiring Crunchyroll is the fact that Sony is a Japanese company and Microsoft is not.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if Microsoft made a bid, if Microsoft even knew Crunchyroll was up for acquisition.
All right.
It also makes me kind of wonder, like, okay, so what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
How, like, what else can you do to make Crunchyroll a worthwhile acquisition?
Yeah, exactly.
Besides just now everything under the app goes to Sony anyway.
100%, man. I'm just hoping that I can, with my Crunchyroll subscription, watch some Dragon Ball Z. That's all I really care about.
I don't blame you there.
That's all I really had to say about that. Just the non-competition kind of stuff is just like leaves a sour taste in my mouth, but I'm optimistic about it, honestly. Because let's be honest, AT&T wasn't doing anything with Crunchyroll, like nothing at all. So
If the next PlayStation All Stars Brawl shows up and Goku isn't in it,
I'm out.
frankly, I'm selling all my PlayStation anything.
All right,
Anything.
here's the thing, Cal. Speaking of All Stars, how about the All Star playing Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
So, for those of you unaware of what Jake is referring to, Idris Elba is going to be Knuckles in the new Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie. Frankly, I love his voice. However,
Yes.
when I think of Knuckles, I don't necessarily think of like a very deep British voice.
Yes.
I imagine a gruff, maybe slightly southern, but more like just kind of out of touch. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Sort of a voice, a gruff voice for Knuckles. Maybe not as gruff as what I was doing, but you get the point.
Gruffer than Idris Elba's beautiful, like, deep baritone, you know?
Yeah. So, I wouldn't be surprised if I got the role of Slippy, even though Slippy's an entirely different franchise. And Tails is already spoken for.
Yeah,
so.
rude. We'll see. We'll see if Tails gets recast. I'd be interested in that.
Yes.
I wouldn't doubt it,
too.
honestly.
I will say, I forget the actor's name, but the actor who was the actual dude in Sonic.
James McAvoy. No. He's the dude that played Cyclops. Go ahead.
Yeah, I forget his name off the top of my head, but he was an incredible actor for basically acting an entire movie without anyone physically there to bounce off.
It's James Marsden.
James Marsden, yes, thank you. I was still trying to think of the name, actually.
But he did a great job, yeah, bouncing off of, like, nothing. People reading lines to him.
Yeah, and the same goes the opposite direction as well.
Yeah,
where
shout
the
out
voice
to Ben
actors,
Schwartz.
all those voice actors did amazing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go.
But that's it. Everyone, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 comes out on April 8th, 2022. Get ready. It's going to be great. Cal, you know what else is great? Hogtied Productions.
Ending the podcast.
I was going to say follow Hogtied Productions on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us everywhere. You can follow me at Jake the Mayor on all social media platforms. I've made 3 TikToks. I haven't tweeted very recently or posted on Instagram, but I do it. I swear to God. Cal, how about you? Where can they follow you?
You can find me on Twitter at Humble Halfwit. I don't normally post too much on Twitter unless I find the tweet button. Then I tend to tweet every now and again.
Then you'd be slamming it.
I'm also on TikTok under Hopeful Halfwit. I'm not proud of what I've made there. So if you watch it and then
I'm watching
decide,
it right now.
nah, this guy's a loser, then okay,
Yeah,
I get it. Like I get it. I don't know how to use TikTok correctly.
I want to throw it out. I just want to throw it out there. Our TikTok's been up for a couple hours and we have 30 views, and it's our first TikTok, so can't complain.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there. If you're not vaccinated, what the hell's wrong with you? Just get the vaccine. It's so easy. It's so free. Please be good to each other, and we'll catch y'all on the flippity flop.
Later.